So yesterday, I went to my first ever actual punk concert. I've been to a lot of concerts in my time, but this was the first concert I went to that I would actually call legit punk as fuck. There was a song where people were flailing around in a mosh pit and people were whipping out their Zippos and shit. It was Insano style to the max. Every concert I've been to before this one was pretty milquetoast by comparison. This one got epic. There was so much talent on display that night from all the local punks. But the band that really stood out to me was called Team Nonexistent. I saw this group and I was like, holy shit, they don't make them like this anymore. And then the lead vocalist, Sophia, gets off the stage with this big pillow with the word relief on it and starts swinging it out at the crowd and hitting everyone. And I was like, fuck yeah, this is what Denver needs right here. Denver needs this. So I was determined to secure an interview with Team Nonexistent by any means necessary, because all too often the punks here in Denver don't get enough coverage. So I want to secure a nice, cool interview with Team Nonexistent, one of Denver's top punk acts, one of Denver's premier participants in the old scene. It was really fascinating to go to a punk show. Obviously, I don't consider myself punk. I'm Denver New Wave through and through. Denver New Wave is an entirely separate subculture, so as you can imagine, I felt somewhat out of place during the event. So to help compensate for that and blend in with the crowd somewhat, I'm going to be wearing my punk shirt here, which is blue and looks like something I imagine a rapscallion who's against the mainstream would wear. Wow, I look like a punk now. I'm sure that in this clever disguise, I'll be able to blend in with all the punks and they'll never suspect that a Denver New Wave participant is amongst them. And of course, to seal the deal, I'm going to be wearing this epic Team Nonexistent pin, which I bought at the live show for about $1. Look at that pin there. Is that epic or what? I'm trying to build up my pin collection, and I am more than happy, pleased as punch, to have this one on hand. Look at that beauty. Look at it shine. This is fantastic merch. Figure I should plug it. And as always, links to the band is in the description. So if you like what you hear tonight, go ahead and check them out. There we go. I really look the part for this epic punk interview here. And as always, for their willingness to cooperate with inquisitive, pernicious little music journalists such as myself, Team Nonexistent is going away with a boatload of free Nicholas comics and this one-of-a-kind signed autographed poster, suitable for framing. I think I got their likenesses pretty dang good. See, there's the pillow and everything. I did a pretty good job. I'm good with likenesses like that. Anyway, enough rigmarole. It's time to give some much-needed exposure to one of Denver's top punk acts, Team Nonexistent. Enjoy the ride. And as always, thanks for watching. Buckle your seatbelts, because this is about to get fucking epic. It's Team Nonexistent's chances of winning the World Series. Pretty good chances. Yeah. We win the World Series. Okay, I'm leaving for the show now. Frick, I'm excited. Look how I'm dressed. I look the part here. Keep in mind, this isn't performative, because I am actually, like, unironically, probably one of the most punk people in Denver currently. I mean, nothing's more punk than trying to bring New Wave back as a genre in 2023. I probably am just punk. I don't know. Whatever. Let's get to the show. This is gonna be crazy. So the show's gonna be in Mutiny Info Cafe over there in the back. I'm Honor Denver establishment, and it's also one of the bookstores that stocks up my comics. So this is gonna be dang cool. I haven't actually heard live music at Mutiny Info Cafe before. I've heard the stand-up comedy thing, but they do live music too, which is pretty cool. Okay, so we are here with...
Team Nonexistent.
Team Nonexistent.
Team Nonexistent. Question 1, introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about your backgrounds.
My name is Mo. My pronouns are they, them. My background. It's books.
Bass, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I play the bass in this band.
Right.
Sing some words.
Magic Mo.
Magic Mo, that is me.
Right.
My name is Sophia. I go by they, them pronouns. I'm the singer and guitarist of the band. I also founded the band in 2017 after I graduated high school in Pensacola, Florida. Then I moved up here about 3 years ago and recruited my best friends.
My name is Billy Chris, and I play drums, right? That's what I do in the band?
Yeah.
Cool, great. That's good to confirm. I don't know, background? I have one?
Hi, I'm Jessie. I'm also a they, them.
Oh, she thinks so.
I play guitar in the band, and I'm the newest recruit. Fresh meat.
And we love them. We love them a lot.
Question 2, following that, how has the band's lineup changed over the years?
So much. It started as a solo project, and it was solo for 5 years. And then I got Mo exactly a year ago on Sunday.
2022, 5 years after 2017.
Yeah, I mean,
Mo's
that's
also
when I
wearing
met
sick
Mo,
tights
but
right now.
I guess like they entered the band a little bit after that. But yeah, so I met them then. And then Billy didn't come in until December.
Yeah? Something
then,
like that.
Yeah. Jesse, we just found outside.
Like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Right outside.
This is your third show.
they're good at
Catch them outside.
So, yeah,
Yeah,
before
you're
that,
good
we
at
had a
improv.
few, but this has been the best lineup so far.
Question 3, how would you define your genre or pitch it to someone who maybe is not familiar with it?
Britpop.
No! We're melodic punk.
Melodic punk.
Yeah.
Right. You're focused on mainly like really catchy melodies, but in a punk type vein.
Yeah, like if like Britney Spears and the Runaways and Dead Kennedys all had to like live in a house for like a year and come up with a project.
That's a good way to pitch it. I've been doing a week's worth of research here, and pull up stuck in my head.
I'm so mean, just as hard. Picture I need fix. Goddamn break from everything. I'm the servant of service. I'm so proud. I can hear shelter without risk. That's true. That's right. And I know how it is. That's great. That's fine. I'm not over time. I'm so tired of misery. But you don't have to feel like I don't work. Just another girl. Actually, I'm stretching over and over. Feel like I'm push till my tongue dry. Another day that I love you just fine. Please don't believe what I'm losing my thing. I'm not in control. What I'm doing like this, I wanna fucking roll. Please don't believe what I'm dead to string. I'm not getting hold on. Whenever you hold me, it's you. That's okay. That's okay. Oh, so my head. Just me and over the time. They should
What are your thoughts on the, so as participants in the in the punk genre. What are your thoughts on the riot grrrl movement of the 1990s to the present?
I have feelings.
I really like the roots.
Yeah. You have feelings on it, Jesse? Not that I can put into words currently.
Yeah.
It had its pros and cons.
I was born in the 90s.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I think that the riot grrrl movement started very turfy. It was like very trans exclusive. I feel like the riot grrrl movement would have trans women involved as well as non-binaries and anyone else who wanted to be a part of it.
Or like any people of color.
Literally, yeah, anything
At
like
all.
that. I think
Full
that the riot grrrl movement is now moving in a direction where it's a lot more inclusive. So
Yeah,
maybe,
that's what I hear.
Maybe where it started, not super fond of it, where it is now, feeling a lot better about it.
Lots of turfs in the beginning, but I guess that follows.
Dreams never leave where I'm losing my team. I'm not in control. Fuck. Fucking roll. Dreams never leave where I'm dead in the street. I'm not in. There's every way to go. Dreams never leave where I'm losing my team. Dreams never leave where I'm losing my streets, I'm not in the hold. I am every way to cope. You can teach me with a
Following up with that, like I said, there was some elderly photographer at the Monday show who was like, this girl is a great vocalist.
Oh, no.
I figured he knew what he was talking about, but as someone who doesn't really identify as a girl, very adamant about that, would you say that you've faced any sort of chauvinism, toxic masculinity, objectification?
Every single show.
Lots.
Every single show. I get this like a compliment that I talk about a lot that's like, wow, you guys are really good actually. You guys are surprisingly really good. And it's like, why is that a surprise to you?
Yeah.
We work really hard. I've been doing music forever. Like we've been doing this for a long time. Why is it surprising? And that's internalized misogyny, internalized transphobia, internalized homophobia. Maybe the intentions are nice, maybe they mean well, but it just comes across as really disrespectful.
Yeah.
From what I hear, and of course I can't really speak on this, but there are a lot of bad actors in the alt and punk scene who just kind of want, for lack of a better term, a hot goth GF, and they don't really pay attention to the music and its substance. As an asexual, obviously, I can't really grasp that mindset. But like on your song Touch Me at Globe Hall, which is hilarious, that's your one live video, there's those lyrics, you fucking touch me, I'll fucking kill you. And the only comment on that video is the only comment on that video is some straight guy this singer is my biggest crush ever.
We were talking about that today.
Yeah, literally yesterday.
It misses the point so far. It's like
I'm so much more than a pretty face.
It's like, what, does he want to get fucking killed?
Yeah, I definitely I wrote that song about an after party from a festival that was supposed to be a femme festival. It was supposed to be a safe place for femmes to come, queer people and femmes to come play music. And then at that after party, I got grabbed, and it was man, it doesn't matter where I go. It just seems like I'm just always gonna deal with this.
Strong, might as well try your luck. Maybe next time you'll finally get
you say generally there's more like toxic masculinity like that in Denver or the Pensacola scene?
Oh, that's a good question. I actually feel like I experienced it a little bit more here, but it might be because I was really young when I was in the Pensacola scene, and so there was a lot of people ready to jump to my aid and be like, don't touch this kid. Like, I moved when I was about 19, and kind of during COVID, so I didn't really get to experience the punk scene as an adult.
You've been in the industry for like a decade at this point. You're playing music,
It has
right?
been, yeah. I started Sour at 13.
A long time, so you're like an industry veteran.
Yeah, I guess
More in
so.
respect.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you're a veteran.
I'll say it's still like, oh my god, yes,
Yeah, thank you for your service.
Yes,
Oh my god,
thank you.
sir.
Oh my god, sir. Slay.
Thank you for your service.
Been this a long while.
I'll say that, yeah, it still exists in Florida for sure, but I think we actually deal with it more here, surprisingly. I wasn't expecting that from Denver.
Nonexistent is a better Denver team than the Broncos. Question 6. What's the significance of prop blood in your music?
I love blood.
Yeah, it's just
looks
it tastes
cool.
so good.
It's so fun. So I actually started it in Sour because of Cherie Curry.
Yeah.
Because during Dead and Justice, during like the Runaway sets, Cherie Curry would let Lita Ford beat the shit out of her, and there would be real blood and fake blood everywhere, and like the contrast of like them wearing like the white like shirts in the 70s with all the blood, and they're all feminine with all this glitter, and like it was just like the most badass thing that I had ever seen, like in videos of them playing it. I don't know, I just really like the way it looks. I'd be like, I bleed a lot, I'm very anemic, so like it's also like an art thing where it's like, I just feel like this is
There's
the most raw
a
version
lot of
myself.
philosophical, and kind of symbolic importance to blood. It's called, the
it just
essence of
looks
life.
cool.
If you
Yeah.
lose too much of it, you die.
Oops.
Then there's the maraschino cherry juice in your party music video.
Yeah, that looks like blood.
That's a brilliant prop because it kind of signals the existence of some kind of party nearby, even if it isn't depicted visually. Maraschino cherries are kind of a thing you only really see at parties or like in a bakery, I guess. So that's a really clever.
Oh, thank you.
That's a really clever
You're
blood
just a clever
substitute.
guy.
Question 7: what's your approach to composition when you go into a song? How you go into making the catchy, heart pounding, crazy, effective rock and roll that just, there isn't rock and roll like that these days,
I'll answer this question.
How do you go? Sure. Okay.
I play the drums,
Alright.
so I do what they tell me.
I write this songs mostly for the project,
Yeah.
and I write every single day. So this is a Sour interview, and like people talk about it a lot, but it's like it's not always good. It's bad a lot of the time.
Yeah.
But it's like a lot of trial and error, and yeah, like whatever sticks or whatever I feel like is good. I'm like, hey, does this sound okay? And then if they're like, yeah, this isn't dog shit, this is great, then I'm like, okay, I'll send it to the rest of the band, and then
So far, how
everyone
much dog shit?
comes
Okay.
together. Maybe like one dog shit.
Hey,
Question 8. What do you add to the Denver music scene as a whole? Like, what does Denver get out of Team Nonexistent that it can't get anywhere else?
So much.
A lot.
We're delicious.
Yeah, we taste really good.
Like blood. I think that
Especially with blood.
being an
The
all
salt.
queer band, like the whole thing,
Yeah.
trans or queer, is like both, is like really special, and also like the kind of music that we play, I think is really important. Like existing as a queer melodic punk band in the Denver music scene.
Did you invent this term, melodic punk, or has it been around?
I've actually never heard another band use the term for themselves, so I guess.
Yeah, there's like new metal, groove metal. I guess there's subgenres of punk too. Melodic punk's a good name because the songs are all like very coherent for punk songs.
Hell yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
You're doing something really special.
I do find in general, like queer and feminist type punk bands are probably, in general, got more like versatility and acumen than just like a cis straight all
Does
guy
anyone hear
punk
bursts?
band. I could be wrong,
I
but
feel like writing about like feminine rage, writing about queer rage, like having something like that, like when I was a teenager, if I heard this, I would be like so stupid stoked. Like hearing some like trans femme get on stage and be like, I'll fucking kill any man who touches me. I would have gone nuts for that in high
Yo,
school.
for real.
Yeah.
We love
like-
the baby queers.
Yeah, speaking of baby queers, really important to us to make it like all of our shows are a safe space. We like go really out of our way to make sure that people are safe when they come to our shows, especially because we've been to so many shows ourselves where it is not safe. It's fucked up. We have like a lot of younger fans who we care about so much.
would you say it kind of would get passed over compared to like a cis straight, all guy type punk band, or
I think we get underestimated a lot.
Yeah.
When they hear us, they're like, oh shit.
there's that element of adversity in the mix, and like a hunger to win,
I'm gonna brush my dirty hands. I wanna balls. I don't wanna feel the inside of my face. I'm gonna use yourself for hours. I'm gonna wash my teeth.
Question 9. Upcoming shows and links. This is
We have
time
a
to
show on
plug.
Sunday.
At your mom's house, not a joke. Actual
Yeah,
venue
real
location.
your mom's house.
It's on
13th Avenue.
Yes.
Yes, with maybe Fern, our
Outside.
loves of our lives.
And also with Bluebird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's our like soonest show. We also have Trident and Boulder on the 31st. It's Polyarmory show.
We have Polyarmory
April 6th?
on
Yeah,
April
Those
6th.
are our 3 soonest shows, but yes, those are all good. And then we also have a single coming out on Sunday. Relief is coming out.
Relief is the pillow song.
Yeah.
You're going up to Boulder. That's an admirable goal. Trying to bring your sound up to Boulder.
We were invited by our friends, the Unicorn Hits.
Well,
Yeah.
challenge.
Yeah.
I don't like Boulder.
All right, links.
But I do like Unicorn Hits.
I guess links just like we have our TikTok, we have our Instagram.
Instagram, Team
Spotify.
Non-Existent.
Everything's Team Non-Existent. Nobody took the name before we
We have
did.
a
so
Tumblr.
Everything's we have a Tumblr.
We have a
account.
Tumblr.
We have a meme account.
We have a
Meme
account.
non-existent.
Non-existent.
Meme non-exist.
Yeah.
Come watch us honk.
Honk and like yeah, those are. I feel like those. I guess those are the things.
And you got
We have a-
you got the 2 music videos, Pull Up and Party, right?
Yeah, those are like back when I was solo, but I feel like the things that I would really want to plug is just like Worms in My Shower and Relief, our 2 releases as a band.
I'm probably gonna review one of your solo albums in the next issue of my zine.
Please
Say.
make it casual.
Casual Rage Box. That album is so
Yeah, I'll
good.
try and make sure it's
the newer one.
comprehensive. Question 10. Any final words or thoughts?
If you're thinking about making a band, do it. Start a band.
Yeah.
That we got proof of the success
That was
during
really
here.
good. I just really want French fries.
Any final thoughts
Playing
there?
music with your friends is fun.
Yes,
It
you should be
is.
best friends with your bandmates, and anyone who tells you differently is a loser. Be best friends with your bandmates and start a friggin' band. Even if you think you can't do it, especially if you're queer or femme.
It's fun.
Do it.
It's really
Just do it.
fun.
Because we
Doesn't
need
matter.
more people like us
You get
on
to make all
stage.
these fun little gay jokes.
Yeah. Here's what the fans had to say about Team Nonexistent.
Fantastic fucking set. With Team Nonexistent, you always get what you bargain for, and this time they just exceeded expectations. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm word vomiting, but such a fantastic fucking show.
Would you say they delivered on the worms?
Delivered on the worms? Absolutely. The worms and the teeth. We cannot forget about the teeth.
Right.
They're my best friends, so I like them a lot. They've been there for me a lot in like some really hard times, so I just came back to support them.
Which song by them is your favorite?
Party for sure, and probably
Party?
Touch Me. Yeah, Party.
Party's a classic.
It is. I've loved it since I came out with it. Basically, it's really good.
4 years ago.
Yes.
3 comics for the whole bunch. There you go. 4 copies of Blotto, the Nicholas comic zine. That's where my review of Casual Rage or whatever will show up. I got 4 copies of Hypnagogic Archive.
Were you wearing the green hat at the Monday show?
That I was. That's 4 copies of Div Tap. And then I got Ludicrous Worlds.
Ludicrous.
I love Luda.
This is a sci-fi magazine here. 4 of those. And you got a very neat little collectible item for you here.
Oh, is that us?
over this?
Oh my god.
Signed autograph portrait. You
That's
yes.
pretty sick.
With the pillow and all.
Where's the pillow?
Right, holding it. Yeah.
Oh!
Self-holding it.
I love that.
Like there.
Hey, can we get a copy of this to put on the drum set?
Well, you get to keep that. It's a one-of-a-kind, autographed, printed, well, not printed, it's hand-drawn.
We'll have to take turns.
Fucking
One-of-a-kind thing.
They'll fucking kill you.
Anyways, thanks for Team Nonexistent. Thank you.
What did I tell you, Internet? Can Team Nonexistent tear up the flippin' stage or what? There were worms everywhere. Team Nonexistent delivered on the worms. They promised that there would be worms, like the movie There Will Be Blood. There was also a lot of blood. Needless to say, Team Nonexistent is straight up whack, and I think they're hands down one of the top bands to be following currently in the Denver music scene. That's all for this installment of Denver Music Documentaries, but I'll catch you on the flip side. This is your roving reporter, Nick Cicada, saying sayonara, suckers.
Nicholas comics are the tops.